Hey guys, what is going on? This is Ip of RageQuitTV, gonna be casting a game between Style and Liquid Jinro. It is a TVZ on Metropolis LE, which means it is the latter edition. If you didn't know what LE stands for, that is what it is. Not the GSL version, which does make me a little bit sad. If you wonder why, they are the same map except for the destructible rocks over here. It should be a creep tumor. But Blizzard took out the creep tumor, put in more rocks because that is what every single map needs. And you may be wondering why it's a big deal. It's not that hard to take out the structural rocks, but it does now allow the Terran player to land the command center here and long distance mine, breaking any sort of stalemate rule and allowing them to land on the island, get up base, and break stalemates. So you can't really stalemate a Terran player on this map. And we'll see exactly what else does happen. It is Metropolis, so Jinro, he is safe to go on a lot of bases relatively fast. There's not many counter-attack paths because you can easily wall this area off. Then you really only have to deal with the area up here until these rocks go down. And then you can take yet another base. It's really easy to go up on 5 bases on this map. Seeing Tasia play this, I actually see Tasia out-expand the Zerg player. We do have a scout going down at 13 supply on the way to Jinro's base, and this scout is timed, so he should see the barracks before it could finish at 2:45, and seeing the barracks finish time is huge, because that tells you if they went for a gas first or a racks first. If they go for a gas first, chances are they're going to be trying to get into your main with Hellions and do a lot of damage there, so you really have to kind of do a speedling opener, or just really defend that one choke. The SCV is going to be coming out. Gonna be going for a scout. Jinro is not a big fan of super walling off this entrance. Drone is gonna get in. Sees one SCV leaves. Sees one SCV building. Orbital command is morphing. So this means there's gonna be 13 SCVs mining minerals. So as long as he can see 13 SCVs, he knows it's not a 2-Rax. And chances are Style did pick up on that. So now he is safe to leave the base and go all the way back home and not have to worry about a 2-Rax one bit, because he counted all those SCVs, and Jinro going to be going for the 1-Rax expand, and also not seeing these gases. Counting the SCVs, not seeing the 2-Rax, not seeing the gas, tells you, yes, it is a 1-Rax expo. So Jinro going to be double gassing right now, which means he's going to be able to get the factory up relatively soon to get Hellions on the map, or maybe go for Banshees. We'll see exactly what he ends up doing. Hellions are huge on this map. I don't know exactly why, but I see every Terran player opening up with Hellions. I haven't seen anyone not open up with Hellions on this map, mainly because probably you can stop the creep spread right here. That is just a good thing to do. A Zerg with creep spread is relatively bad. Jinro does come in here, sees no gas mining, so he knows that a kind of Spanishawa style is being used, and when this happens, you're going to have to get a spine crawler up, probably at 5:05, I would say, on this map. Maybe 5:15. Maybe it's big enough where you can pull off the 5... Well, no. It was a 1-Rax Expo. He saw the delayed Hellions. So, he's not going to get a spine crawler up, and he's actually going to get it really soon. So this doesn't have to do this, because from the scouting, we did say it is safe to assume that it is a 1-Rax Expo. So getting the spine crawler, not huge on that idea. Doesn't have any larva, so he's not really hurting himself from it. You can see no larva is stacking, so doesn't hurt himself all that much. This queen not missing out on an inject, using a tumor instead. So I would have much rather preferred doing another inject, getting more drones out, then using the next one for a tumor, and then going for a spine crawler. He's kind of doing everything in terms of a Hellion expand, getting all the structures up this early. He's safe to drone a little bit longer because it was a 1-Rax Expo. Not reading that play, but again, as Day 9 says, when you assume things, you lose things. So maybe that wasn't as safe assumption as I made it out to be, or maybe he just didn't count the number of SCVs. Who knows what happened, but definitely getting a lot of defense. Now getting 2 Evo Chambers, which allows him to wall this area off very easily with his queens. And now going to be spreading that creep as fast as he possibly can. Even looks like he's going to be giving out on one more inject. This one queen down here, is she going to do a tumor or not? This is going to be the one that needs to inject. Going back into the production tab, we see more Hellions. And another command center, like I said, going up on a fast third. Overlord is going in here. He will be able to see the third base building, so the Zerg player will know exactly what Jinro is up to. Because these Hellions are a little bit delayed, that means the creep has made it out this far, and that is pretty big. There's Queens! Move away, Queens! You can see Jinro trying to get his Hellions in a spot where he can attack the Queens and finish off that tumor. Instead, just going to be attacking one of his own Hellions. That was some very nice micro from both these players. Style avoiding that creep tumor with the Queen, keeping it alive. And then Jinro just eventually killing it off. The Overlord is going to come in, seize the third command center. Like I said, very easy just to wall this area off, take the base, and defend. It's much like Cloud Kingdom, Ohana, maps like that, where you can do that. This is a little bit harder to defend than Cloud Kingdom and Ohana. In terms of ease of third, I would rate it to be Ohana, Cloud Kingdom, then Metropolis. But Metropolis is much easier to go on a 4th and 5th base than those other maps. And Style definitely has extremely nice injecting, or not injecting, but creep tumors. We will look at injects later on. Overlord is going to see these Hellions, had a hatch queued up to build, saw the Hellions, was like, no thank you. Is going to be getting some roaches out, going for the melee upgrade, so it looks like this is just to deal with the Hellions early on. Some nice splitting by Jinro to get past these roaches without losing a single Hellion. And now it looks like he will be returning home. And I just got to give big props to Style. He pushed out the creep so fast. If he only had the creep right here, then the Hellions could sit in this area and deny the spread. But since the creep got right here, had a tumor that was spreadable on both sides, that meant the Hellions could not stop the creep spread. Because if they try to stop it on this side, then it goes on this side. If they stop on this side, then it goes on this side. Jinro stopped it on this side, and as you can see, it went further down on the left. This one tumor is going to be going down. No cancel done there. Queen is on top of the tumor, needs to get away back. And both those tumors almost go down. This one does live with 3 HP. Has to be really careful not to place any units on top of that, because this is a spreadable tumor, and you never want to lose those. That's what you want to keep. Hellions going to just be running away from those roaches. Again, very nice creep spreading by Style. Nice energy on this queen as well, so not missing any injects. Very well played so far from Style. Going to be moving out with the feud roaches just to see what is going on, because he has no scouting information besides seeing that third command center. Tanks at the roaches from the high ground. He decides, okay, no longer a smart idea. This one, Overlord still can see that this base isn't mining, or maybe not. Can't exactly see this one mineral, but he does see that command center lift up and move on over, so Style knows when the third base is taken, and he's already got his third hatch up, so he's going to be very happy with that. With this creep spread, he is going to be able to take these hatches relatively easily and see anything coming from a mile away. Very nice job on this creep. Hellions coming in from Jinro. Going to be hanging out. We do have Style holding these watchtowers. And the Hellions going to be coming and ignoring that watchtower. Nope, they're not. They're going to be taking out that one Ling. And now go to the next watchtower. We do have those roaches over there trying to defend against these Hellions. But the Hellions do manage to come here. That Ling is burrowed. But Jinro somehow knew that and took it out. Maybe he saw the Ling burrow. Very nice play by Jinro, killing off that one Ling with the Hellion. And now it looks like he wants to go in and see if the 4th and 5th base are taking the 4th base. Now just taking about halfway there. We do have a hive on the way with 5 infestors. Jinro can see that one base goes up here, doesn't see the other, so he knows the 5th base hasn't been taken, but the 4th has. And now it looks like he's going to be splitting up his Hellions to go away from those roaches. Beautiful play by Jinro, getting... Looks like 2 Hellions do go down anyways, or... Did all the Hellions fall? It looks like all the Hellions fell, but that was cute trying to get away from those roaches. The roaches do have that roach speed. And Jinro's still just on these 3 bases. It looks like the roaches want to do a little bit of attacking. And again, the tank is on this one area, so the roaches are going to take some pot shots unless they go down this side. 62 Lings on the way, so it is definitely going to be some type of aggression. Also, 5 Infestors burrowing their way across the map. This one Queen still working on that creep spread. Very nicely done. 2 Marines want to go and hold that watchtower. Roaches coming in here, going to be taking out a few Marines. Tanks on the way. Looks like they weren't even sieged up, and that was on purpose. Kind of that buffer. Needed to know where he wanted to siege. Does he want to leave them sieged right here? If he does, then he's vulnerable to attack here. If he leaves them sieged right here, then he's vulnerable to an attack here. So leaving them out of siege mode right here means he can easily bring them between bases and get them in position quick enough. And now Jinro is going to be doing a drop to take out this 4th base. At the same time, moving a bunch of units to take out this 5th base right here. That hatch does go down. No cancellation. But this hatch lives. We do have a bunch of bird infestors right back here. Waiting to see what they end up doing. Scans going down, denying this creep, but still going on all the avenues. Every possible avenue it is spreading, which is going to make it really hard to stop the creep spread, because you're going to have to stop it 5 times. And now infestors getting into position. We do have a lot of Lings and Roaches. And Jinro getting in. These Lings don't want to engage, and now they are backing off. Lots of Lings do fall by those tanks. 8 kills in this one, 10 kills in that, 18 units. And now, burning those 2 infestors, but Style really wanted to go in and do a huge attack on this base. And I think when Jinro went in to defend it, Style would use these infestors kind of like banelings, unburrow them, and fungal growth everything. But Jinro got in position just in time, and Style could not be doing that. So Style right now is forced to defend. Do have a drop. Looks like it was, did no damage. And now Style going around this side of the map. Will the dropship actually spot Style going in for this counter attack? It looks like, yes, spots a lot of Lings. So that dropship still being useful means that Jinro can be a little bit more aggressive on taking out these bases, but so many Infested Terrans do pop to take out all of the tanks right there. Now the Lings and Roach is going to come in. This 3rd base is undefended. We do have a base trade going on between Jinro and Style, and there should be a Spire morphing into a Greater Spire. I don't know if he needs to morph this. I would get a few Corruptors out right now, and always leave one out on the map so I can deal with a floating Terran building. And those infestors still have a lot of energy, but no more tanks over here. Fungal growth those SCVs because, well, why not? Let's just take them on out. A lot of infestors do have 200 supply, 200 energy, and now Jinro gonna be starting to lift up some of his buildings. And meanwhile, he's got a lot of tanks. So Style is gonna have to get some good fungal growths off. Losing those mutas, huge mistake right now. Needed to keep those alive. Needs to keep at least some mutas alive, so he can deal with floating buildings. As Jinro now lifting up everything, he is going to be coming in, taking out all of Style's bases. There's no defense for Style now. Style actually got the mutas, and I think, probably the mutas were a good call because the Greater Spire was going to go down. So the mutas is a great call. It does have a lot of drones burrowed in. And generally during a base trade, he had burrows, so what would have been really nice is if he burrowed banelings right here. They just said, okay, I know I'm going to sacrifice a lot of my bases, but you're going to come up here to this ramp, and I'm going to be taking out a lot of your Marines, which means when our armies eventually do clash, I may have an advantage. And you do see Jinro did not scan because these creep timbers are all alive. So, burrowed banelings in that situation would have been a much better call than those Mutalisks. And that extractor going to be falling. And this command center is going to get repaired by a mule. Jinro repairing this one with a mule as well. This one drone sees the PF and does meet a quick and swift death. Starport is going to be trying to get away. You can't fungal growth the building. It will catch on fire, I believe. No, those Infested Terrans are backing on off. And Starport does get away, wasted a little bit of energy, and now attacking this PF. This is not really what you want to do. in this scenario. You can see that army supply dropping from Style. And would have been much better to leave 2 roaches just sitting off back here, preventing mining at that base. A lot of energy on these infestors. Needs to get fungal growths off. Big fungal growth right there. Tanks, though, getting in siege. Those infestors have to get back. Doesn't lose one. There we go. Those Marines do come in. Picks off one infestor. Gonna get second one. That one had a lot of energy on it. Big loss for Style right now. Biggs floating on over. We do have the hatch building where that PF was. Going over in the supply, 72 to 98. But keep in mind, 21 drones still alive for Style. Right back here, going to be getting a spawning pool so they can build links. Does have 4.8k minerals. So, going to be getting those lings up. And then probably trying to engage right now. A Viking is trying to go off and pick off Overlords. Very nice idea by Jinro. And now lings are coming out on the map. This one tank is in danger of going down. This is what Style needs to do. Picking off these small units. Medevac tries to lift him up, but only gets one. And a command center up here is mining. Command center down here can be mining. There's a lot of energy for mules. And lings and roaches are going to be forcing this one to lift up yet again. He has to be careful that he does not get sandwiched. And oh my god, that is a lot of infested tannins, but only a few infestors worth of energy. Still has plenty. Huge phone growth going down right there. Medevac, though, has a lot of units. 8 Marines and one of them. Even going to be dropping a mule. Try to repair that command center. That does fall. And those infestors got to get back. Biggs floating this starport. Landing. May get another Viking out. But Jinro way supply capped. 87 out of 22. That is a whole number if I have ever seen one, and that is never a good thing to have when you are dealing with supply. Getting a queen out so he can produce a lot of units at that one base. This medevac is going out, and oh no, infestors get caught, losing a lot of infestors. Oh, GG by Style. GG indeed. We will be going into SC2 gears. And just a minute. There we go. Style. Let's just... There we go. He had some great injecting. Well, not injecting, but we'll find that out too. But love a spread. And looks like his injecting is pretty darn good. You can see 6.6 seconds, and he did get early creep spread up. The only thing I don't like about Style's play of that game is I don't think he counted those SCVs and knew it was going to be a 1-Rax Expo, because there was no need to get that spine crawler up at 445. There was no need at all for that. So that's the only thing I didn't like about Style's play of that game. Other than that, I kind of did enjoy watching him play. That counterattack was pretty darn cool. If Jinro wasn't in position the first time when he wanted to go in, then I think he would have done a lot more damage. Unit tiers, you can see how long the base trade did go on with no one building units. APM tab. Not too much. You can read that if you want. Style had 120. We know Jinro's around 100 EAPM. Let's see. Builds tech. 16 fungals. Units. Only 65 lings, 41 roaches, 26 infestors, 21 mutas. And I don't see any baneling morphs. So didn't get a single baneling that game. And again, when it comes to that base trade scenario, those banelings can be so good because Jinro no longer is mining. So he's going to need to use that energy for mules. If he uses it for skin, that's a huge loss for Jinro. So wants to use it for mules, and even supply drops at that stage. Did he have any SCVs, actually? Let's go back into this. He had one lone SCV. Is that SCV found a building? It's not on a hotkey. I have no idea where that SCV is hiding at, but he does have one. Huh. That's a mule repairing that. No SCV there. Not in this corner. Not in those medevacs. I think I just saw it. I think it's around here. He's building a starport right now. Right here. Here's the SCV. So, I don't know why he's building a starport. He is so supply capped. Should be getting a depot out, and then using supply drops. This would be one of those rare scenarios where the supply drop is good, because every depot you build is 2 depots, so it can get you back up in the supply very fast when you only have one SCV building supply depots. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that game. Take care, and I will see you guys